right. I'm John. I'm the head of admissions here at Think Tank. I've been doing an I Almost Quit series on LinkedIn, and it actually parlays really well into the interview I'm going to do today with a current student, Mr. Christian Bunch, who started in one of our programs, discovered that he was on the wrong path and pulled out and went to a different program at Think Tank. And I just want to talk to him about his experience so far, both with, the education, the people, the supervisors, mentors, all that kind of stuff. So Christian, hi, how are you?
Good. It's good to see you, John. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. So Christian, what were you doing before Think Tank?
So honestly, before this, I was working at a tax firm as an administrative assistant, kind of just filling the time while I looked for other jobs to better suit my needs. And I mean, it was a good place to be at the time, but yeah, it was not the dream.
That sounds like, you know what? I'm sure that's a great role for a lot of people, but for an artist, that sounds like living hell.
Yeah. A lot of sitting at a desk and waiting. Met a lot of great people, but yeah.
Awesome. So how did you end up finding out about Think Tank?
So I actually found Think Tank online through Instagram. I use that a lot for my art. I do a lot of digital art, more illustrations, and not really concept, but I used to like to think that I was, but more illustrations, and it just kind of popped up. I'd been looking for a school to pursue art, and I saw that, and it hooked me, and so I checked it out, and here I am.
Yeah, you see some of that student work, and it hooks you. Right.
Oh yeah. Just seeing it was really the timeline of the course, the work that came out of that, and just even seeing how the stats on those who are finding jobs in the industry or in professional areas using 3D that were just very successful areas for the industry at the time.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. It's been astounding, man. Like well over 100 now that I've found over the last 12 months landing jobs, and it's really inspirational and heartwarming because of all the fear and let's call it what it is, the fear mongering that social media does for artists these days.
It really does, yeah.
The industry is getting busier than it ever has been. Mm-hmm. But social media would want you to give you, the contrary. Anyways, you decided to apply to and enroll in our Houdini for Film and Games program. What was that thought process?
So I saw that you guys had a Houdini course, and I've got a friend who's in the industry, and I remember talking to him. I'd help him film some stuff so that he could cut it together and make videos for his church, and it was like really impressive stuff. He caught the eyes of like WB and other production studios like that, and he ended up working for Copilot. They do a lot of video editing and things like that, and he was telling me, he was like, man, if you want to learn a software to get your gears grinding, just go for Houdini. That's the toughest one. And I'm like, hey man, that sounds like a good challenge to me. And so I sought it out and I enrolled, and
okay. So you made it through the first 2 terms of Houdini. And I know you and I met partway through the second term because you were starting having second thoughts, as artists do, as humans do. What was your experience like in those first 2 16-month terms in the Houdini program? And I'm talking like the content, the supervisors, your classmates, just the overall experience.
Yeah, it was honestly fantastic. This has been the first school. I never went to college or anything like that, so this was like a big leap for me as far as going back to school. And you hear so many things about online and just the motivation of being an online student, how that can be kind of a grind for a lot of people. I found Think Tank's online portal, their system, the setup, everything, the structure was amazing. The students that I met were phenomenal. I had Yuri my first term, and then Ben my second term. Both terms were awesome. The schoolwork, the structure, the videos to learn, very informative. I mean, it was like drinking water out of a fire hose, though. It was just so much at once. And to be very honest, it was exhausting to just take it all in. I remember everybody starting out so excited, so eager to get going and learning Houdini, and then maybe like halfway through the term, towards the end of the term, you jump on Zoom and everybody would look like they've barely gotten a couple of hours of sleep. But they're all excited to talk further about it and show their work. But it was just so much to learn, so much to process. But the teachers had been incredibly helpful. We could contact them anytime that they weren't working, and they would get back to us as they could. And then, you know, we have all the TA sessions, the global mentoring sessions that happen weekly that were a huge asset as well. And so, honestly, my first initial experience with it was phenomenal. I can't say enough of how great the structure of it was. I just realized, you know, maybe visual effects is not necessarily for me.
Yeah. And that's where it ties into the whole I almost quit moment, right? Like, but for you, it's a little different. It wasn't an I almost quit. It was like, oh, wait a second, I'm not on the right path. And so
Yeah.
you and I had a conversation, and you've made a decision to pull out from the Houdini program, which is cool. And you have now started in the CG asset creation for film or games program. What was your thought process there?
So like I said, I wasn't huge on visual effects, and I did enjoy the procedural modeling. But the more I thought about it and the more I just even researched the difference between the two, I saw that with the CG asset creation, there's a lot more sculpting, a lot more like kind of like the handmade, very meticulous at times kind of work. And I love that kind of stuff. I love detail, I love sculpting. And I was just considering it further and further. I was talking to my wife, talking to my family, and they were like, you know, people switch all the time in college. They'll take a different major. Don't be scared just to ask and see what you can do about it. And so that's what made me reach out, because yeah, I love everything from environment to architecture, character design. I love sculpting, and I saw ZBrush in this. And that was kind of the thing that really made me want to jump was I wanted to do more sculpting and more of that handmade kind of look where I get to meticulously go through the details, and
Art.
that's offered you get a lot of that in the CG asset creation.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've heard a lot from students about just schools in general is, you know, making those types of changes can be very difficult, and schools can make it very hard. How hard was it for you when you reached out and you had to talk to me about changing?
Oh man, I gotta say it was I was very nervous. Again, this is the first time I've ever gone to a school like this. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I can't and I have to like find a different school, or like it was so easy. It was the easiest thing I feel like I've done in a long time. My fears were immediately dispelled, and yeah, you guys made it so easy. It was easy to get a meeting. Talking with you, John, has just been, you're very easygoing. You've got a great energy about you. So it was easy to talk to you about it. And you're like, oh yeah, man, this stuff happens all the time. It's no big deal. You worked out a plan to make it happen, that it would be easy for me. And honestly, it like within a week's time, it was done.
Yeah. Solve all the world's problems in one 30-minute conversation.
You literally could, yeah. Get this man in government.
Oh God. Please no. Please no. Not today. Not
too far.
I'm gonna stay right here. But no, thank you for that, man. You make me blush. It's awesome. But anyways, so now you're in week 2 of the fundamentals of CG asset creation. How's it been?
It's been great, honestly. I met all my classmates. There was a hiccup in scheduling, and so we had to push our video meeting with our teacher a day out. But in the meantime, all the students got together. We made a temporary Discord. We started chatting, talking about ourselves, introducing ourselves, sharing our work. And then Isaac, who I've got this term, was very quick to be like, hey guys, sorry about that. Let's have our meeting tomorrow. And then it was awesome. Meeting him was great. He's got an awesome track record of just work that he's done. with ILM and Disney. And so even the first assignment, he was giving me good critique about my topology. I know nothing about it, and so he was giving me good pointers, and so it's been an awesome week already. I've learned so much. Everybody's been willing to share resources that have helped them, even outside of school, let alone with the videos we've got in school. And so it's again, it's like drinking from a fire hose, but it's like an area that I'm just excited to learn more and more about. Houdini was daunting, and this is in a different way, but like I just feel that fit here more so. And so it's been fantastic.
That's man, you're so meant for this place. So one of the other things I wanted to touch on too, Christian, and not to like get into like personal financial situations, but like the financial side of this thing, right? Like we're talking about, normally like a program is 64 weeks or 16 months, but you did 32 weeks. So you did 8 months of Houdini, pulled out, started in the asset creation program. Still, by the end of this, you're probably going to spend less than 20,000 US on all of your education, including your licenses, and you're going to leave with a portfolio that could get you a job at ILM.
Yeah,
if you do that,
honestly,
of course. But like,
it's been a great investment. You see a lot of schools, at least in the States, even in other places, where a single term might go for 15, 20, 30,000 for just a single term. I saw the price. That's one of the things that drew me. I was like, that's a very doable price. Like, I can set money aside for this. This is worth investing into. And yeah, even just you guys helping me with, like, even just in general, the school has such a great payment plan for helping students who might be a little bit lower income, and you guys are incredible with assisting with that. Even just from the outset, looking at the initial price and I think there was a deal going on when I enrolled that you guys were offering, and that was just such a huge relief to me as well, to be able to help get this schooling. There's a lot of times where I'm like, I think they're a little underpriced with how much they offer, but it's like the timeline. I don't want to be in school forever, but the cost is, it's perfect for me, honestly.
That's fantastic, man. Like, I bring that up because, a lot of people say that stuff. Like, I talk to people that are going to, these 4-year degree programs. Not that that's a bad thing by any means. I think for a lot of people, doing a 4-year degree is a way to open your mind to the world and all of these types of things. But I look at the cost, and in a lot of schools in the US, you're looking at $20,000-$25,000 a semester. And I'm like, wow. And and I think for a lot of students that they didn't ask the questions about, like, show me outcomes. Like, I want to see student work from 100 different students that are in school right now. And like, show me where people are getting jobs, not just, don't give me like a random percentage, like, show me some names, show me where they're at, show me on LinkedIn, right? Like, those are those key things, right? And, when you balance out the ROI and the experience, and talk to students, talk to current students, right? Like, don't just take my, I'm a nice guy, but don't take my word for it, right? Okay, so we have 1 more minute. If you had one piece of advice you could give to somebody who's thinking about going to school for anything going into film or games, what would it be?
Do it. I'm 35. I waited so long thinking, like, maybe it's just not in the cards for me. I literally never thought I'd be in this place to where I'm going to a school, to me, the school of my dreams, doing the work of my dreams, building on the gifts and talents I have. If you feel like you're meant to do this, do it. Just do it.
Yes. Yes.
Simply that.
Right? Oh, man. No, that's so great, man. We've done this perfectly. We're at 14 and a half minutes. This is awesome. So, Christian, thank you so much for taking the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you again, John. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, man.